What is going on, guys? I wanted to hop on here, and again, I've been doing a lot of JoJo's Steel Ball Run videos. I'm I'm kind of hyper focused on it lately, and it's been bugging me what's been going on with it, and sort of like in my own brain theorizing what they could be possibly trying to do with it. And I don't know. I mean, I've just been having a ton of thoughts floating around about it. My last video did all right, I guess. If the guy who subscribed could comment now if he does watch this video and let me know why he chose to subscribe, that would be awesome. But when it comes down to it, to get into what I have been thinking about, I have been considering in my brain playing out how it would look like if they did do it by stages, specifically for Steel Wall Run. I kind of view what they have just done with the first stage being a test run in order to, I guess, see how it would play out with the fan base, which, believe it or not, might be going negatively simply because of the lack of communication on Netflix's own part with what exactly it is going to look like. Because, I mean, and it comes down to, do I believe that they're actually going to do 9 distinct stages? That's how many there are in JoJo's. I don't believe that at all. I don't think that that would fundamentally work with pacing mainly, because a lot of Steel Ball Run focuses on like A plots and B plots, and then where they kind of like converge, but you can't just do it simply about the race, because then you're going to run into, I mean, the race will only focus on Johnny and Gyro, and even then, like, what they end up doing ends up converging with Dio, with Hot Pants, and with the 14-year-old girl, and Steel, and Funny Valentine, if he ever shows up. And, I mean, like, if you were to limit it to 9 episodes and say all of them are 2 hours or whatever, because in my brain, I think 2 hours is about 6 anime episodes if you really just put it down to 20 minutes each. Is that how long it's going to be? Absolutely not. But if you were to do that, wait, why did I say 9? That'd be 6. Fucking math. But if you have 6 episodes for each of those, that's like, I think that's a fair amount of time to be able to kind of like do an entire stage. I guess is 6 episodes. You still have these stand fights. Typically with stand fight, I believe they end up spending 2 episodes on it. Like very rarely it's like 1 in my brain. I don't know much about modern JoJo's. When it comes down to it, I simply watched part 1, 2, and then then 3, finished 3, and then halfway through 4. And I kind of got bored, and then I just started reading because I really wanted to kind of read Steel Ball Run. But with those parts that I'd seen, with specifically part 3, and I will say that's one that I've seen kind of had a lot of, I guess, may have felt in the scrutiny because of how they had done the animating of it, just splitting up between episodes. You'd see the stand, become scared of it, and then fight it, or you would just do it in one episode and it'd be a little bit rushed. And I mean, Steel Ball Run can't exactly do that. It's probably Rocky's best version of, like, because he does a little bit of stand of the week or fight of the week storytelling within it, but for the most part, it is interacting heavily with the B plot, or the how can I say this, the napkin portion of JoJo's Steel Ball Run, if that's the best way that we can describe it without spoiling everything. But I don't know, like 9 stages would consist of just rushed. It would have to condense a lot of things that need time to breathe. For example, what's her face? The 14-year-old girl. I'm forgetting her name lately. Her entire thing is separate and then converges, but it needs time to be its own thing, I guess. Something that I'd say is helpful with Steel Ball Run is it explores other characters and will isolate itself in those other characters and actually be there with them. It's kind of like with Yoshikage Kira, where he is there and you get to see things from his view. I think that it's really powerful being able to see that. It makes for a compelling villain who's interesting and entertaining to watch, versus just being the JoJo Bros and then you don't see anybody else. So that's something I'd say is helpful, and they're going to need to definitely do that. With Steel Ball Run, it's a little bit different with Funny Valentine because there's a lot of mystery behind him, and they never just, I think, like, maybe a little bit they take a bit and then just have him in it and be the focus from his perspective. But for the most part, it keeps it out because I mean, I'd say that's the best part about Funny Valentine is not knowing exactly what he does. And if they kind of go down to 9, I mean, this isn't a theory that they're just do it by stages. If they just do 9 stages, 2-hour movies each, there's not enough time to explore any of that. And I mean, if you think about it, when it comes to like episode formats, you are at a detriment when you condense it to a movie. I watched the Demon Slayer. I think it was the Mugen Train arc. I watched that before. No, when I watched the episodes before I watched the actual movie, and people have praised the movie a lot. It was a cool movie, I guess, but fundamentally, it's still the episodes that I watched, and I will remember the episodes over the movie, I guess. Like, if you have an isolated movie, I think it's fantastic. What they did with Jujutsu Kaisen is great. What say that they just made season 2 a bunch of movies? It's gonna feel fragmented and rushed, and it's like forced binging, I guess, to some degree, especially with anime, because in a manga format, it's meant for, or it translates really well to episodes pretty frequently. Now, sometimes they have to change things in JoJo's and whatnot, but I would say that it's just going to come at a detriment to Steel Ball Run and Ball Run's pacing. I think that, again, I said this in my other video, I think it has the potential to be perfect, to be the best part of JoJo's, to be the best anime of all time. If handled incorrectly, though, it can kill the pacing, hurt the community, and I guess, like, people talk about JoJo's Friday. I wasn't around for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at that time. I was in no way invested. I thought that I would turn homosexual the second I watched it. Turns out it didn't have a huge effect on my sexuality, except I guess I mean, if I could, I would. Giorno. Just kidding. But when it comes down to, I don't know, it's something I was thinking about, and I really wish that they would be more vocal about what they're planning on doing, because, I mean, weekly, I'm seeing with Jujutsu Kaisen, like my friends who come up to me and talk to me about it, they love it. They love the weekly format. It is giving them enough to watch. They're not necessarily sitting there and saying, oh, I wish that I'd seen this part of the manga a ton. And I mean, another thing that's kind of been running through my brain is the whole thing with Chainsaw Man. Like, it's unfortunate. I guess a lot of the story fundamentally changed a ton, and people are not impressed with that. And I mean, that's okay. You'll always be disappointed, I guess, with something that ends. I mean, I wasn't with Steel Ball Run, but when it comes down to it, I didn't have any expectations. I don't know. Like, if they would just keep it, I totally just went on a tangent about freaking Chainsaw Man. I don't know shit about it, but I don't know. Like, it could be just hurting Steel Ball Run completely, just leaving fans in a state of confusion and the ability to misinterpret everything that people say. And I don't think that is going to be beneficial for this community, and it's a community that I want to participate more in. I really like JoJo's, and more than anything, I think a lot of people would like to watch them not survive, but just thrive, and do it in a format that is palatable and not necessarily just hurting the momentum of the entire series. Steel Ball Run would be fantastic in an episodic format. I get that it's a little bit difficult because of those A and B plots, but when done correctly, you can juggle them and it'll feel like a consecutive, kind of like aligned story. I think like Breaking Bad, you have all these characters coming together. Yes, it's one environment. In JoJo's Steel Ball Run, it's not, but you can still work with that. You're just drawing the environments, and I don't know. It's interesting to me. I think that they potentially have already done it, and they're just waiting, blue balling the entire fan base. What the fuck? But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If you guys do have any thoughts, feel free to leave them down below. Like the video if you liked it. And yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping it works out. That's it.